The gospel text of today, taken from Matthew chapter 7, verse 6 and verses 12 to 14, is made up of three parts. In the first part, Jesus speaks about how we must communicate or respond to people. He says, "Do not give to dogs what is holy, or throw your pearls before swine." The meaning of this enigmatic saying is this: that you can communicate to people, you can advise them, you can talk with them, you can dialogue with them. However, if you find that for whatever reason they are not willing to listen to your advice, they're not willing to dialogue with you, then it is better to stop, because you do not want to irritate them, you do not want to anger them. You have said what has to be said, and if they do not listen, leave it at that. Do not force your point of view on them. In the second part, which is taken from Matthew chapter 7, verse 12, we have what is known as the golden rule. Whatever you would want to do to others, let them do to you. Or do not do to others what you would not want them to do to you. This golden rule is stated in a variety of ways. In the positive way in which it may be stated, we say, "Do unto others as you would want them to do to you." In other words, if I want others to treat me kindly, I must treat them kindly. If I want others to be courteous to me, I must be courteous to them. If I want others to help me, I must be ready to help them. So in a certain sense, it does refer to a give and take. It does refer to a sort of barter system, but it goes a little deeper than that, in the sense that I will be very careful in my dealings with others. I will be very careful in the words that I use with others. I will be very careful in how I reach out to others, because it is very likely that others will deal with me in the same way, will reach out to me in the same way that I reach out to them. And finally, Jesus advises to go through the narrow gate rather than the broad one. The broad one is one in which most people walk, or the gate which most people take because it is easy. The broad way is the way of selfishness, is the way of self-centeredness, is the way of accumulation and having more, is the way of being concerned only about oneself. The narrow gate and the narrow way is the way of selflessness, is the way of giving, is the way of service, is the way in which I will consider others as important, if not more important, than myself. When I take this way, then I'm following the gospel of the Lord. When I take this way, I am following the way which the Lord himself has taken. Will you walk the narrow way today?